Good morning, guys. What's going on? Hi, my name is Angela. I've been doing embroidery for 8 years. Talk really fast, gonna try to slow it down. So today I got a bunch of kid shirts to make, and I saw some of your comments in my recent videos. You guys would like an educational video. I'm not just watching me work, but I will say, if you watch my videos of watching me work, I do explain things while I work. That's just who I am, how I do it. But to be a embroidery applique tutorial video. Now, this is gonna be on kid shirts, but again, this whole applique process works for just applique in general. So it could be on sweatshirts, t-shirts, tote bags, however you do an applique, it'll work. So for applique, pretty much, it sounds a little confusing, but it's pretty much when you use fabric or like some type of, like you can use heat transfer vinyl, people use flock material, sequins, you can use some type of material with embroidery. Pretty much applique is a multi-step process, and pretty much first step, you have your shirt, that's what I'm gonna be using today. A shirt, it does a stitch, okay? And this stitch is called the placement stitch because it shows you where you're gonna place that piece of fabric. So it's gonna have a stitch, and you're gonna look at it and be like, okay, what am I supposed to do now? You're gonna put your fabric on top of that. It needs to cover the entire outline that you just saw, which is, like I said, the placement stitch. And then the machine is gonna stop. Now it's gonna stop because you told it to stop, either because it's a color change or because you have a multi-needle and you put the stop in on the machine. I'll do this tutorial on the Melco Summit because that is the most user-friendly one to show you guys on. And then after it does the placement, you put your fabric down, then it's gonna do another stitch on top of the fabric, okay? That one is called the tack down stitch, and that is because it tacks down that fabric, okay? After it does that stitch, you got a piece of fabric with a stitch on top, you're like, okay, now what? You gotta cut it, so the machine's gonna stop. Again, you tell the machine to stop, or you have a color change because you have a single needle like flatbed machine, so it's gonna stop automatically because you have a color change. And then you're gonna cut. You're gonna cut as close as you possibly can to that fabric stitch line, okay? So where my scissors at? There's some good curved scissors that you're gonna use. They're called applique scissors. They sell them on Amazon. There's a link down below to my Amazon embroidery supplies that I use, and you can get those, and it helps so you don't accidentally cut into the fabric because I've done that quite a few times. So you're gonna use those, and you're gonna cut as close as you can to the fabric, all right? And then the last step is the finishing stitch. So this could be a zigzag stitch. This could be a bean stitch, which is like a little line with a little space between or it could be a satin stitch. Mostly it's a satin stitch, that's what most people use, but the old vintage look has like the zigzag stitch, whichever one. And then that's how you do applique. It's a 3-step process. Now, obviously, you have a lot of different colors, a lot of different pieces, then it'll be more steps, but it's the same 3 steps per piece. Hope that makes sense. Now I will say, I do have a laser that cuts my fabric for me, so I do not have to do the cutting step. However, the first one I'm gonna show you guys, I'm not gonna use cut pieces, I'm just gonna cut it by hand, just to show you guys how to do it. The rest of them, I'm using my laser. I have a lot of work to do today, so I'm gonna show you guys that way. This is possible on a flatbed machine like the PE. I think they're at like 900 now, something like that. On that new pull-in machine I've seen too, they could do it on that. It works on any machine you have. Just depends on your hoop size, with how big the design that you can do an applique for works. Like I said, I have Melco machines that I use, and we'll be using the Melco Summit today. If you want any more information on the Melco embroidery machines, there's a link down below. Yes, I saw the comments in the group. Todd does still work for Melco, so you're more than welcome to use Todd. He's great. He's more than happy to help you guys. There's a link down below with Melco's information for all of y'all. All right, got this machine turned on. Now, you obviously need some type of fabric, and I have cotton fabrics. A lot of you guys ask, and Joann's is closing. So, like I said, I have some pieces already cut out. This is not the design I'm making today, so I actually don't have any pieces cut out. Let's go ahead and get all the materials we need. These are kid shirts, so for kid shirts, I use AJ Blanks. They're great quality shirts for embroidery. If you wanna embroider with kids' items, let me go grab some of them now. Here's AJ Blanks. This is where AJ Blanks lives. It's a mess right now because the restock came in and we just brought these boxes back. So all white, short sleeve has restocked, boys and girls. These are long sleeve ruffles, and then this is the girls short sleeve section. You can see a lot of bins are empty because they need to be restocked, and Janelle will probably be taking care of that today. She's the master restocker organizer. All right, so I need a 4T white. This is our long sleeve, boys and girls, and then our boys short sleeve. I need boys short sleeve size 6 black. Almost gone. Yeah, can't reach. So our bubbles and long sleeve items are all on sale right now. So I believe these are like $8. I forgot. Shame on you, Angela. 18-month red stripe. 2T lavender, 2T pink, 8 black. Let's get the boys 8 black first. 2T lavender. Lavender is so cute. And Tutti Pink. Cool. Tutti Gray. Black tea light blue. Here. Alright, so here's the software I use. This is Embroidery Essentials. It works on Mac and PC. There's a link down below if you would like to purchase this software. So this design I purchased from Etsy. As you can see here, there's some steps. If you have no idea what the heck this is, this is where the steps are. You can see that it is a tack down or placement stitch. So let me play the video for you. So first, it's gonna do the outline of the train. Okay, and then I'm gonna tell the machine to stop. Then it's gonna do the tack down on top of the fabric. And then it's gonna do the wheels and all that. Okay, that's the steps. Now, I'm going to get the fabric heat and bonded. So the shamrock truck, I need fabric for that. So this is for the 4-leaf clover, 3-leaf clover, whatever. And for the truck, for this, you have to use this Heat and Bond Light, the purple one. You need to have this. I will tell you this all at the Joann's, but Joann's is closing soon, but they do sell at Joann's. It's still open for now. But if not, just get it off Amazon. Heat and Bond Light. Otherwise, your applique is going to look wrinkly. And also it helps with like fraying. When you start cutting your pieces, it makes it like a nice, crisp, clean cut. So with this, you put the rough side down on the fabric. Cut my fabric. They see me rolling. All right. Fabric, this is for the wheels. And then this fabric is for the monster truck. We sold, I think, 4 of these now. Cool. And this is for the clovers. Definitely don't need that much of this. Cool. You're gonna heat press it like this. If you have an iron will work too. Tiny bit too big. Cool. Now I'm gonna go heat press them. It got me again. It's on standby mode. So 17 minutes. So I gotta wait till it heats up. All right. Don't mind my dusty heat press. All right. So now we're gonna heat and bond the fabrics. Back of the fabric, rough side of the heat and bond. You're gonna place it, cover it, cause you don't wanna mess up your heat press. And I just press it for like 5 seconds. Its own high pressure. Now, it does have backing and you can just peel it off. And it should be shiny. You want to wait till it cools a little bit to peel it. But my hair is everywhere. I swear I'm making this look harder than what it is. Same thing with this one. Take all my fabric, my trash, my phone, my camera, and let go. All right, we're gonna start the applique now. We're just hooping the shirt. This one is on a size 6 black, no name. Sure, no problem. Saves me time if they don't want it in. All right. Go ahead and put it on the machine. All right, got the design. Let's center the hoop, zoom out, center the design. Now I'm gonna move it up, and now we're gonna color set up. So we're just going to switch the colors to match the bottom. First is green, touch that, gray. Should be green, and again I'm matching the bottom. Should be gray, green, gray. I usually make like all my placement stitches and tack down stitches the same color. That way it's a lot easier to figure out what the heck is what, and that I know when I go to put the stops in. Right, this one is mint green, which is 4. Cool, dark green, And then yellow. Cool. Now we got to put in our stops. This is what I'm talking about when I say your stops, so your machine knows. So step one, if you see it flashing, is the placement stitch for the truck. So it's going to make an outline of where I need to place the fabric. After it does that, I need the machine to stop so that I can place the fabric. So on this machine, super simple, just hit the A. You see the A came down here. So it's going to do the outline stitch, then it's going to stop, then it's going to do the tack down stitch. So that's what's flashing now. It's another stitch around so that I know exactly where to cut, okay? So I needed to stop again so that I can cut. That's what the A is for again. Now it's going to do the placement stitch for the shamrock. I'm gonna need it to stop again after it does that because I need to place the fabric. Then it's going to do the tack down stitch. I need to stop right after it does that so I can cut it. Then it's going to do the wheels, placement stitch for the wheels. After it does that, I need it to stop. Then it's going to do the tack down stitch for the wheels, and I need to stop again. Then now it's going to do these little, I don't know what you call them, pieces that connect to the wheels on the truck. There's nothing there, so we just let it keep stitching. That's all satin stitches, which are finishing stitches. Nothing to do there, that's it. So we just let it stitch out. We don't have to put anything else there, okay? And we just click the arrow. Now if you want to see all your steps, what it is going to be stitching, that's all there. And pretty much now we just have to click start. Placement stitch first. Now we have our fabric. Cut it that way you don't get any bubbles. All right. Now, I don't know if you saw it, but there's a little window inside. So I need to cut out that window. So in order to do that, I'm gonna cut a little hole in the fabric now. Otherwise, you're gonna be digging through with some scissors trying to cut it out and not cut the shirt. So I'm gonna cut it now. And unfortunately, I don't think I can get that on camera. All right. Now it's gonna do the tack down stitch. Now we gotta cut this. So we take it off the machine and we're gonna cut it. All right, these are applique scissors. These are the Havel scissors. I got them on Amazon, I believe. So look like this, make it a lot easier to cut applique. Like I said, we're gonna cut as close as we can without cutting the shirt. As close as you can to the line. That is not close enough. So if you don't cut it close enough, then you're gonna be able to see like fabric through the stitching, and it's gonna look ugly. It's gonna look sloppy, but it's gonna happen when you first do it. That's just part of the learning process. You start to learn which designs have thicker, like satin stitching, so then you can know which ones you don't have to cut as super close to, but cut as close as you can. And you don't want to like do little tiny cuts because then it's really gonna look sloppy. So you want big cuts. And now I did cut a hole somewhere inside here. Where is it? Where you at? There it is. Found it. Cool. Now let's put it back on the machine. And now it's going to do, I don't know if it's the shamrock next or the wheels. Again, now this is another placement stitch. It shows you where you need to place your fabric. Now we're gonna cut this. Again, as close as you can to the outline, the stitching, the thread outline. Back on the machine. And again, this is the last piece of fabric, and we are just going to cut it again as close as we can. right, now we're gonna put it on the machine and it's just gonna finish it. That's literally it for applique. All finished. Bam, 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 bam. All done. All right, so I already started the shirt because I need to keep moving. But I always stitch out names first, especially if it's a satin stitch, because you're more than likely to have a problem with the name more than any other part of the design. The name can cause a hole in your shirt, and you'll be like, what the heck, I did the whole applique for what? So always stitch out the names first. That's just my tip. What is this stitch called? Leave it in the comments. What is this called? All right, so I'm gonna put the fabric on top and it's going to do another stitch. What is that stitch called? Quizzing y'all, making sure y'all paying attention. Now don't do this. This is dangerous. Don't ever put your fingers in an embroidery machine. Next question, what is this stitch called? First one, placement stitch. This one, tack down stitch. Comment down below if you got them right. All right, time to cut this. Forgot I need to post a YouTube video. I was supposed to post it yesterday, it was Wednesday, and I didn't realize it was even Wednesday. So, trying to upload it now, but it's already 10:30. My plan was to be done with all these kid shirts by 10:30, but you ended up having to call the insurance company. So, yeah. Okay, just as I said before, cut as close as you can. I'll be thinking I'm cutting the shirt every time I get this close. Don't cut a hole in that shirt, please. All right, let's get it on the machine. This is the piece from my other design. Story on this design. I don't know why, but when I first designed it, I accidentally deleted a step. So there's a window in this train and it automatically became black because when I put the fabric the first time, it was black up there and it just did it, so I just left it. I said whatever, people buy it. Like I sold maybe like 50 of these shirts, so nobody seemed to care besides me. And then I didn't care because they didn't care. Don't bother this stuff. All right, and to cut again. Don't worry if you don't cut this quickly. This is years, 8 years of experience. 1 million appliques, I swear I could at least say I've made, okay, I don't think I've made 1 million applique shirts, but I definitely cut 1 million applique pieces. Or say I would at least made like 300,000 applique shirts in my lifetime. Now with these scissors, no. I usually use the Fiskars orange scissors, but these have been, I think I'm growing up and becoming an adult, guys, and using these scissors has become a lot easier. I usually have a lint brush and it's not over here, so fingers to the rescue. Cool. Back on the machine and that's it for the applique piece. I wonder how many people are gonna see this video and see that it's long and aren't gonna watch it because they don't wanna watch a long tutorial. But like, I feel like you see the real life of doing 10 million things, trying to multitask and then wasting a little bit of time. Hold on, because I was gonna talk slower, so let's talk slower. I feel like you guys will fall asleep if I talk this slow. All right, guys, and we're gonna put the next piece. Okay, I'm done. Can't do that. I tried. Gotta put a stop in, so I have to cut that. Here. This is just gonna do the final stitching. It starts with a number 2. It is finished. All done. All right, so I still have designs behind me going. The next step is to cut all the threads off the back and then cut the stabilizer as close as you can. You're gonna put tender touch on it and then you heat press the front because it has a heat and bond on it. And that's how you finish the applique shirts. I do have 2 more kid shirts going on now. They were for Valentine's Day. And you know what? I only sold 2 for Valentine's Day. Now, I just sold 2 and Valentine's Day is over. Interesting. I mean, it's definitely a design that could sell year round. It's just some hearts that I put on the shirt with spangles and then just embroider a name. So, it's simple. I'm trying to figure out how I want to incorporate spangles with my embroidery sweatshirts, but like have it mixed to be unique. All right, they're cuts, and now I'm gonna use Tender Touch. What the heck is Tender Touch? It is a backing that irons onto the back of the shirt to cover the stitches. Tender Touch isn't permanent. It doesn't last forever. It ends up coming off eventually in life. Just does. But it's on there to cover, because some kids, they don't like stuff touching them. And if I was a kid, me either, because it would annoy me. Here's what Tender Touch looks like. Here's what the container looks like. I have to get them from Amazon because Joann's is closing. It's linked. And then I just put it on and then heat press it. 5 seconds. I swear this video was supposed to be shorter. It's cool though. I gave y'all a lot of information. Let's go heat press these. Teflon sheet on top. Heat press it for like 5 seconds. This is at 300 degrees. And that's what it looks like. Some people like to cut around the edges. You'll find what works best for you. Everyone does things the way they want to. Do what works for you. And again, because we have the heat and bond light behind this fabric, we need to heat press it onto the shirt so it is bonded to the shirt and not just the fabric. Super clean and crisp. I'm gonna get my non-applique kid shirts going on the machines. Keenan needs to embroider. He has a pile. This is his current pile of what needs to ship today. So I'm gonna try to get the kid stuff done as quickly as possible. Ow, I just shocked myself. Let's turn these on. You're gonna sound like a spaceship in a second. I'm like an orchestra person. All right, for kid shirts, I use the 9x8, 8x9. I never know what it really is, but there's only one option for this size. 8x9, 9x8, it's only one. This is no-show poly mesh stabilizer that I use for my kid shirts. Again, all the embroidery items are listed in my Amazon storefront. This is a backing holder, it holds the stabilizer. Now, if you have a flatbed machine, you would need 505 adhesive spray and you would be floating your items. You can look up a video on how to float your items on your hoop. I started that way. And then I need a 4T girls white short sleeve. And again, AJ blank shirt. This is the girls style shirt. You can see it has the puff sleeves. Go ahead and get that hooped up. Who is in my driveway? And there we go. Who the hell is that? Oh, Amazon. Listen, I ain't never seen nobody pull up in someone's driveway like this. Scared the heck out of me. Oh, I did buy a lot of snacks. Haha. Okay. So here's the shirt. I do pull it to get it nice and taut. It's not wrinkly. If you can do this and you get like waves and wrinkles with the fabric, it's too loose and then the stitch is gonna come out ugly. Just saying. All right, let's get it on the machine. Like I said, we're gonna put it on the Summit. I'm trying to do this with one hand. Whoa. Now, you always wanna make sure that it's not going to stitch through itself. So like if it was like this, it's gonna stitch through itself. So you gotta make sure it's under the hoop arm, okay? Under. Cool. All right, cool. We got the design here. So we're gonna click color setup and set up all the colors. The bottom colors are all the colors I chose in my software. So they should be matching. So you just want them to match. This is just a stitching design. There's no applique, no fabric going on here, so that's it. That's all. And then let me zoom out. For me, I like to put my designs all the way to the top of the hoop. That's where it's gonna go. And we're just gonna push start, but I do have to change this because I'm gonna change this for the aqua thread. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and start on the kids' left chest shirts. I don't use poly mesh for those because these designs are fill stitches, so they're a lot more dense. So this is a cutaway stabilizer, medium weight. For left chest, kids and adults, I use a 5.5 inch mitre hoop. Sometimes I can use a 4.5 inch, but most The other time I use a 5.5 inch backing holder. And first one, this one is a striped football shirt. And I also pull this to get it more taut. This fabric for the striped shirts are more stretchy. They do have some polyester in them, 5%. All right, cool. And ooh, look at them stripes, make me dizzy. I'm gonna go ahead and get this on the machine. Here's the progress on this one so far. I'm gonna put it on this machine because we always have 2 shirts set up for these smaller hoops. So the 5.5 or the 8.5. All right, let me go to the computer and put the design in. All right, guys, here is the final look at the shirts. So if this video was helpful to you at all, consider hitting the red subscribe button and the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. If you have any other questions, make sure you leave them down below. Thanks so much for watching and hanging out with me today. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.